Here, my friend, is another perfect example of smaller is always better, or at least 99% of the time better. This is a brand new 2024 Cadillac XT4, which was, just so you know, was introduced for the 2019 model year, and last year for the 2024 model year, well, it got a facelift and a bunch of new things on the inside. I'll show that to you in the next few minutes, but going back to smaller is better. Now, over the years, I've had the opportunity to test drive the XT5 on a number of occasions. I've driven this before as well, and I've driven the XT6 and all the way up to the Escalade V, and I swear to you, the most pleasant of them all is the XT4. And it's the smallest and it's the least expensive one. And I'm as I like to say, I'm on all my meds and, you know, everything, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm really, really fine. Think about it this way. Everything that's in this, okay, this is full Cadillac DNA, you know, the new face, it's got all the tech on the inside, like I'm going to show you later. The fit, the finish, you know, there's a little bit of performance, it weighs less and it's less expensive. And, well, what automakers do, or what they've convinced us very, very well, in fact, I mean, they've excelled at that, is convince us that we need to pay more to get less, and we're enjoying it. Again, the DNA, the technology, it's all in a small package, and it is effectively diluted in many ways in bigger models. So you just get the same stuff, but you're just paying extra for interior air. Okay, I know, cargo space, people carrying capabilities and all that, I get it. And yeah, an Escalade V, everybody needs 600 horsepower in their SUV, right? But again, I mean, I've said this before about, say, at Volvo. The XC40 is the best of their SUVs, the XC60, XC90. No fun in comparison. I'd go so far as to say like the Jaguar E-Pace, though more or less a flop, is a better driving, more interesting vehicle than the F-Pace. And I could go on with a few other examples like that. I mean, the NX, okay, the RX is really, really good. All right, so that doesn't apply. Point is, smaller is better. And this is a perfect example of that. And in the following video, we're going to do the usual stuff, the walk around, and I'm going to show you the updates for the 2024 model year. And then we're going to go for a really just plain damn enjoyable drive. I really, really mean it. And yeah, and that's it. So please hang around. Okay, so just a few words on the styling updates. So new front end treatment, the revised headlights, looks really good. And by the way, everything is blacked out on this because it's the sport trim. And usually the color is an option, it's crystal white. Usually the black and white gives it kind of a cheap rental feel to it, but it really works on this XT4. Kind of interesting how that turns out. And a new rear bumper. It's a very attractive small SUV, and I'm a big fan, I'm a huge fan of this, I don't know, like retro, modern, futuristic, somehow or rather, new black badge. It's really, really nice. So for the base price of the luxury front-wheel drive XT4 in the US, $39,090. Top trim sport all-wheel drive is $44,495. In Canada, $41,699 for the same luxury front-wheel drive. And at the other extremely sport all $8,899. That's in Canada. So what you get with or for that money is a fair amount of kit. It's quite impressive, in fact. 33 inches of display. I'll show that to you in a few moments. You get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 18-inch wheels, Sirius satellite radio, power heated front seats, heated steering wheel, heated rear seats, remote start. That's a lot. And if you want all-wheel drive in the base models, it's an extra $3,500 for about $45,000. You get something that's actually really, really nice. Really, really nice. So going up to the sport, you get the exterior gloss trim, like I just mentioned, the power liftgate, rain sensing wipers, and that sport grille. So there's not much to it. It's a sport. It's really just aesthetics. My tester, this one right here, I said that crystal white is an option, has these very cool 20-inch wheels. It also has Sedona leather seats inside, which are heated and cooled and massaging. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's got the tech pack, active safety pack, sunroof, and so on and so forth, for a grand total of $61,779, or a total of $13,000 in options. Effectively, just about absolutely every one of them. That's a lot of money. And normally I would complain, but there's a lot of stuff packed into this little SUV. Anyhow, let's continue the tour. All right, so power lift gate, as I mentioned. 637 liters of trunk space. It seems like a big number, but I think maybe it also includes a fair amount of volume under here for a lot of stuff. So that's kind of nice. I think, yeah, no golf bags. All right, never mind. If you're a golf fan, this is not your SUV, unless you put the rear seat down, which you can. This is the Sedona leather. It's beautiful. Seriously, okay, this looks kind of half plain, but to the touch, absolute class. Look at the depth, or the texture, the color of the leather. This is Escalade levels of goodness. It is, I will admit, slightly snug back here. The kids are a little tight, but they're not complaining. It's a nice place to be. Now, moving up ahead, I'm going to give you that first shot. Okay, 33 inches curved display. It is fantastic. It's beautiful, and there are other details in here which blew my mind as I explored the SUV some more. So again, the door cards are kind of plain, but very, very nice at the same time. So the seats, right? So power lumbar. That's right. That's right. Massaging, very supportive, ultra comfortable. And again, it's the quality of the leather, the thickness. It's so nice to the touch and to see. All right, so let's jump aboard. Start it up. So there you go. It's gorgeous. I mean, twin big screens like this, usually like twin 12.3s, are very nice, but this one is curved. It's really, really nice. Yeah, it's something you get in Escalade, but this is an XT4. And this is what I meant by little details. This is actual stitching. It's gorgeous. And the feel of the leather on the dashboard, it's beautiful. Steering wheel, lovely grip. The menu is configurable to a certain extent. And I do love this shortcut here if you want to, just change the heads-up display, which, by the way, is included in this one. And just some gauges. Where is the trip computer? There we go. Looking through the phone is always difficult. Very clear, user-friendly, straightforward menus. Hard HVAC buttons, which are always great. Actual decent storage. Here are your drive modes. Did I just show you drive modes? Okay. So there you go. So sport. So front wheel drive is what you get by default when you're in touring. And then you toggle through the menus. And then you end up with all-wheel drive and sport. And then, I don't know about this one, but it's there. Off-road. So that's okay. There's your two-wheel drive shift. Anyway, you didn't see it shift, but that's what it does. That's what it's like. This series of controls are very straightforward, and are also shortcuts, obviously, to get to the screen without using it. And there's the wheel, but I don't remember the last time I used a wheel on these things. What else? So your wireless charger. Decent storage in here. And visibility is excellent. A little glass there. And I'm at the lowest seating position, and the way everything is laid out, it's very, very low. It's fantastic. And it just gets better with the drive. So let's go do that. Okay. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Massaging seats. I don't know why I do this. This is because it's my video and I'm allowed to do it. As I patiently, it just went green. As I'm about to take off from this traffic light, few specs. 2-liter turbo, 4-cylinder engine, very normal, nothing fast, spectacular. 235 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, 258 pound-feet of torque from 1,500 to 4,000 RPM, which is why it's actually quite fun to boot around in. And I'm still in touring front-wheel drive right now. The reason why it's fun is because this thing only weighs between like 36 and 3,900 pounds. That is all. And there's a lot of boost. Well, I mean, there's a lot of low-end torque is what I should have said. And the 9-speed automatic transmission has been, I have to say, in recent memory, perhaps the most flawless of its kind 9-speed automatic that I've driven in a while. It doesn't care if you're taking off slowly. It doesn't care if you're beating the crap out of a small SUV. It just plays along. Speaking of play, sports. Here we go. Yes, there we go. All-wheel drive shift in effect. Okay, so maybe I won't beat this guy. It is it's like a 991, but this thing is actually I'm kind of a little at a loss for words, because when I like something, it's more of an emotional thing. And I know it's silly. It's just an XT4, but again, the ride quality is impeccable. Okay, it's got McPherson fronts up front, McPherson shocks up front, rear multi-link setup. Yeah, you're so cool. But the ride is really comfortable. It's incredibly compliant, and the chassis, the tune, even though it is smooth and relaxed, it's very responsive. Steering is lovely. There's no lack. Okay, so it builds up a little bit once you roll off the on-center, but I mean, it's a Cadillac XT4. Brake pedal feel is, well, with the one exception of Silverado I just recently drove, it's tight. It's very limited travel. I mean, the only problem with the drive is that when you're in front-wheel drive and you drive like I do, well, you kind of notice torque steer. Wow, am I ever blasting, eh? Wow. Maybe this will help, kind of, I guess. But look, otherwise, the only other downside I can tell you is that Cadillac, well, again, it's me the problem. Cadillac says that you're going to expect to average about 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers in combined driving. I'm averaging a little over 11, you may have noticed. That's because I have a problem and I'm seeking therapy for it. And as I love to admit, I'm on my meds. But, sorry, keeping my foot off the floor is just something that's too difficult to do. Look who I was quicker than. That's right. My XT4. Yeah, spool up. I'm sorry. It's just a great, fun, luxurious, well put together SUV. And in the segment, this over a Lexus UX, a Lexus NX maybe I would consider, but over any Discovery Sport, over any Q3, X1, X2, even if I'm not driven them, only because this is going to be a heck of a lot less expensive. It's nicer than, I don't know, almost everything. And even when it's packed as this one is, it still makes sense, at least to me. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I really love the small SUV. That's it.